Hey guys, so today I will be reviewing Season 1 of Project Blue Book. Project Blue Book is a History Channel drama that chronicles the adventures of Dr. J. Allen Hynek and Project Blue Book, which was an investigation into UFOs by the US military. The show was in part inspired by the success of the very popular TV show Ancient Aliens. Project Blue Book stars Aidan Gillen as Dr. J. Allen Hynek. Gillen played Littlefinger in the very popular TV show Game of Thrones, and Michael Malarkey as Captain Quinn, who is Dr. J. Allen Hynek's partner. The show is also directed by Robert Zemeckis, who is a very famous director and has titles such as Forrest Gump and my personal favorite, the Back to the Future trilogy, on his resume. Growing up, the Back to the Future trilogy was one of my absolute favorite movies of all time, so you can imagine how excited I was to hear a director of such caliber was at the helm of Project Blue Book. Project Blue Book has many similarities to the very popular sci-fi TV show The X-Files. Both shows involve a duo. In Project Blue Book, it's Hynek and Quinn, and in The X-Files, it's Mulder and Scully. The duos are investigating extraterrestrial phenomena, and despite a lot of skepticism and believing between the two, both duos are ultimately trying to find the truth. The episode structure is also pretty similar, with each episode in both shows focusing on a specific case. I also felt that both shows had kind of a creepy vibe to them at times that can definitely leave you feeling unsettled. That being said, I just feel like X-Files had a certain quality that Project Blue Book doesn't really have. I feel like in the X-Files, the chemistry between Mulder and Scully was just so natural and intriguing, and I felt like the chemistry between the two main characters in Project Blue Book, while it wasn't bad, just wasn't at the same level. I also felt that just the way the show was done, I felt there were so many moments in episodes in X-Files where I was just sitting at the edge of my seat and I couldn't wait to figure out what was going to happen. I didn't really feel that way in Project Blue Book quite as much. Also, I was a bit disappointed with the ending of the season. First off, I feel the last two episodes were a bit slower, a bit blander than the middle part and the beginning of the season, and it unfortunately was to the point where the show kind of started to drag a bit for me. I also feel that there were some plot arcs, some storylines, that the show was kind of teasing toward a certain revelation near the ending of the show, and it just never came to being. And because of this, I kind of felt a little bit unsatisfied. I won't go into the specific plot arcs to avoid spoilers in this review, but I certainly am hoping they are resolved in Season 2. That being said, I still think there are many good things about Project Blue Book. For example, I really like how the cases in Project Blue Book are based off real-life cases. So there's that educational element there that you can't really get in the X-Files. Also, I think the visuals for Project Blue Book were also really well done. I really liked the CGI and how they did the aliens and the alien spacecraft. And I also really like how they did the setting. I felt they were able to capture the charm of the 1950s era pretty well. So despite the show's shortcomings, I am very excited the show got renewed for Season 2 as a huge History Channel fan. The History Channel actually did a very good job at improving the second season of one of its other dramas, that of Nightfall. It was very similar to Project Blue Book, Season 1 that is. Season 1, I mean, it wasn't terrible, but it was kind of bland and nothing really stood out. But they really stepped it up for Season 2 in improving the quality. The quality of Season 2 of Nightfall was pretty similar to that of History Channel's flagship TV show Vikings. And I'm really hoping they can make similar improvements for Project Blue Book Season 2, because I truly believe there are still so many awesome and exciting places that can take a show like this. In conclusion, I think Season 2 of Project Blue Book is a decent show for sci-fi fans that just came up a little bit too bland in one too many areas. I really do hope the History Channel makes significant improvements to Season 2 in the same way they did for Nightfall. My final verdict on Season 1 of Project Blue Book is a very generous 3.5 stars out of 5.